I was thinking if I could drink green tea with any one person, I want to have green tea with Stevie Nicks. I got a few things to talk to her about. It's personal. All right. Today we are going to talk about green tea, the least processed of all the Camellia sinensis teas. Look at this beautiful tea here. So while I'm talking, I'm going to prepare some of this beautiful cloud and mist tea. The tea is harvested. It undergoes a quick firing in a giant wok to kill an enzyme that makes tea bitter. It's called the kill green stage. And then it's quickly dried, which is why it retains its green color as opposed to other teas, which are allowed to oxidize, black teas, oolong teas. White tea is also produced in a similar fashion, but is a little bit actually more oxidized than green tea. The resulting qualities, of course, is the more of a natural, vegetal kind of flavor. This particular tea is really special. It's grown on a small island off the coast of China, where an old Buddhist monastery still exists up there. And this particular tea was grown and harvested by Buddhist monks for many, many years. They have moved on, and then other people have taken over after several generations. But the quality is still there. It's fully organic. It's grown at a high elevation. So it has that natural sweetness that comes from high elevation tea, while it's still pretty complex for a green tea. It has all the hallmarks of a great green tea with, just a little bit something more there. This make a great afternoon tea. A little pick-me-up, because it does have a good amount of caffeine. But that traditional tea, slow release caffeine, that's not like coffee, due to the L-theanine, high levels of L-theanine in this tea, which is a amino acid. It's a calming, soothing compound. Beautiful tea. We love our green tea here. We have several plain, unflavored ones, and we also use some in some blends. This one you wouldn't really do a flavored blend with, because it's so a lot of subtlety in it. You really want to capture all that. Also has a really thick, good mouthfeel. So yeah, that's our cloud and mist. A couple things to note when you're steeping green tea is you don't want boiling or close to the boil water. You want it a little back off the boil. Maybe you see bubbles starting to form in the bottom of your kettle, or you just kind of start to learn, like you bring it to a boil, you wait X amount of minutes for it to cool down a little bit. You don't want to burn those tender, delicate leaves. Also, a nice short steep. So if you're doing it Western style, like in a pot with, a teaspoon or two of tea, or Eastern style, like here with the Gaiwan, which is a higher amount of leaf to water ratio, that you can do a quick flash steep like you saw me do 10 or 15 seconds. And you just don't want to oversteep and pull out all those tannins. So I tell people, if you want a stronger, bolder cup of any tea, but especially with green tea, rather than steeping it for a longer time, use a little more leaf. And that will give you all that flavor without any of the stringency that most people don't really appreciate, unless there's just a little bit to kind of balance out the sweetness. In this case, I used just a few grams here in 100 milliliters of water, and came up with a beautifully thick, and it's got that, just hits the back of the throat. It's just delightful. It's a great, chewy, almost woody vegetal with those like really sweet, lingering finish is really, really sweet. So it's got everything. I love drinking green tea in the afternoon for a pick-me-up. I think not just an energetic, like I'm a little bit tired, but it's definitely a mood elevator, like most tea. But I find green tea really, I'm not sure if it's the ECGC in it, I'm not a scientist, but really just kind of, breaks the clouds away. This is a great tea. Take 15, 20 minutes, go into your study or a window, with your cat and your book, and just reflect. Great with it, just a contemplative mood. The tea brings you right inside. It'll give you energy, but actually help you to focus inward, or at least does for me. And it's a kind of good companion to meditation or contemplation.